What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing great. Gotcha. That was me from a different video. Hello. Laser. So today we're going to talk about Epilog versus Thunder. I'm going to do a comparison video. People have been asking what do I think of it, and I'm going to give my 2 cents per se. Now in this video, I am not going to bash either company. So if you're here for me bashing someone or anything or something, goodbye. Let's start with the Epilog. Now this is, at time of this video, this is a 7-year-old, or going to be 7-year-old Epilog laser. And I've ran this a ton. I went through 2 tubes owning it. It had to get replaced on here. So I've got quite a bit of hours on it. And I do like it. But we're going to talk about the size comparison to the Thunder about this. So Epilog, you'll notice, is a smaller footprint. This is a 20-inch by 32-inch bed. And it's a 60-watt laser with a fiber head. So it's a dual source laser. And I have a 50-watt fiber laser in here. Now, the one thing that I noticed between the 2 lasers, Epilog really tightens everything up, and it's kind of hard sometimes to work on, but they have everything they keep the footprint small. Now, the Thunder, I gotta move this, it's a Lego shelf guy, it's for a donation for someone, or company, for a fundraiser, you know what I mean? You get what I'm trying to say? The Thunder, the footprint, it's a little bigger, but it is a bigger bed also. But it's a lot easier to work on. So as you notice, there's more space on the side, but they also have more panels to get around to work on things. So that is a plus. But the downside is everything is bigger, meaning it's taking up more space. So take it with a grain of salt. Now, the other thing is, and this is for both of them, would be support. The support is good. I would say it's like my business. And pretty much all these things are like my business. There's pros and there's cons. There's good things and there's bad things on both of them. And support can be worked on both of them, as in my business also. Epilog, I would say they're good when you can get a hold of them. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of them, but it's a bigger company, so you got to remember that too. The Thunder, they're really fast getting back to you, but it's email. And some people would just like a phone call. Like, I'm one of those people where I just like, give me 5 minutes and I'm done, you know. We'd walk me through it and I'm good to go and I'm out of here. We're writing back and forth, emailing. It takes a lot longer, it's hard to explain, or it's a really long message. But Epilog, we'll get back to you. Takes some time. Thunder, they get back to you right away. Smaller company. And I think a lot of these smaller companies, as in mine, support is huge. And responding back to your customers is a win overall, no matter what. Like, you could have a laser or stuff you sell and it's not that good, but if you are responding back to your customers right away, you got an A+ 5-star. Like, that's huge. So, but you know, you don't want the laser to break either. That's obvious.
How about parts, Matt?
Good question, my young fella. Parts, this is where I would say Thunder kind of walks away because their parts are a lot more affordable than Epilog. So, for instance, the tubes is a big difference. You're talking under $1,000. You're talking a couple $1,000s. That's for a 60-watt. This is for 100-watt. So, to compare those, but water-cooled, not water-cooled, big difference also. Thunder also, I've been doing a lot of research, they have a laser that is air-cooled, and the speeds on it are pretty impressive, I might add. But as far as the parts goes, it goes back to easy to work on, very open, but then again takes up space, you know, where a lot more taking apart. Which isn't bad because you take up less space, but it's kind of give give some, you lose some. You know, it's part of the game, really.
Well, young lad, what about the software?
Good question. Well, the software is, this is Thunder, and it's Lightburn. This is Epilog. You can't use Lightburn on there, but use CorelDRAW. Now, I love CorelDRAW. I'm still learning Lightburn. But from what I'm finding is there is 10 things I hate about Lightburn, but there's 10 things I love about Lightburn. And same with CorelDRAW. So I'm finding the things I don't like to do on CorelDRAW makes it a lot easier to do on Lightburn. So I'm using both programs all the time. So it's really not that bad. I'm still learning it. You know, it's gonna be an ever learning thing. I'm still learning on CorelDRAW. I find something new, and I start using it. Doug Green is good for tips. I send people his way all the time. So CorelDRAW is easy. Lightburn is easy. You guys had said to mention, oh man, Louisiana Hobby Guy, I believe. And I haven't watched a lot of his videos. I watched one video to get me started into Lightburn, but I'm still learning it. And as I need stuff, I will go to him also. So you can do the same if you would like to. Now, after all that has been said, there's one thing I absolutely love so much is this. Epilog nailed it. This is a book. The focusing on it, I can't see. This is a book. It's basically like it's manual, but this part of the manual is all of the speeds. So it's got the fiber, it's got the CO2, it's got marble, painted brass, plastic, rubber stamps, stainless, with sear mark. It's got wood, engraving, cutting, clip art, pictures, everything. And it's so nice to have. Acrylic, cork, fleece, glass, leather, you name it. It's in here. It's got a mat board. There's a mat board? I'm kidding. Making a joke. It's M-A-T, not M-A-T-T. A mat. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it was a bad joke. But the book is a huge time saver because it gets you close. Now all these aren't accurate and you won't use them all, but it gets you really close, like really close. So it's really nice to have. Where Thunder doesn't have that, but they have a plug you can put into Lightburn and it also gets you close. But I want to work on, I'm going to get a binder, put this together for the Thunder, so I have a book in here, and that's going to be for me, so if something did ever happen to me, Sarah knows she can look at this book, because she's not really good at Lightburn. She doesn't use Lightburn, but she's used CorelDRAW quite a bit. I didn't see nothing bad. I said, do you know how to use Lightburn?
No.
See? She's not that good. So I want to make a 3-ring binder just for her in case something happened. So this way she knows she can run it and just look at the 3-ring binder and pick the stuff, and she doesn't have to worry about it. I also make notes in there, but just to explain it a little better. I try to cross all my T's and dot all my I's. The number one of the top questions I've been asked, I would say, is speed. Now, you can't really judge that. This is a 100 watt. This is a Thunder 100 watt. That's a 60 watt. So you really can't judge off of speed. But if you want to, Thunder beats it because it's a bigger tube. So, but now you take Epilog, because the M Fusion is basically, I was told, is old tech. So take it for what it's worth. The newer ones, the Pros, are supposed to be way faster. So they would technically walk on this per se, but as far as cutting, this thing rips through the wood really fast. And we do 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, and we've done 3/8. And this thing has been amazing. It really opened the doors of what we can do. And I actually wish I'd got the bigger bed. But with that being said, the new epilogues are supposed to be a lot better, but I don't have that, and I'm not judging enough for that. So I am just judging and telling you guys what I have, so you can go off of this situation. The other thing is, people were asking how is the engraving compared to the Epilog. Actually, at first, I was scared. So many of you guys were like, hey, you keep saying Thunder's a good laser, because I've said this in previous videos. Why don't you have one? Well, I ran Epilog. Well, then the old Epilog, the dinosaur, was starting to get on my nerves, and I'm like, you know, let's just sell it. So I upgraded some parts that need to be upgraded on it, and that's going to be going for sale. So this spring. Right now, I have the Thunder laser dialed in. At first, it took a little bit, but they have the air control over here, and I started playing around with that. And then we dialed in also the specs on the laser, and I have this engraving where it's just as good as that. So I really, if you engrave something in wood in here and do it over there, it's very hard to see the difference. So they really done some good work on these. Compared to when we first started in 2015, lasers have come a long way. Wow, a long way. I am not joking. So put that in perspective where, you know, we really didn't do any research and upgrade any lasers because we were content. And with not doing that, once we started YouTube, I didn't want to watch any other channels because I didn't want to be persuaded to do something I didn't want to do and not be myself. So I cut myself off for the YouTube and all the new tech. And when we started searching, because you guys are pushing for us to, it's really opened our eyes. And I want to say thank you, because I kind of shut myself out and I wish I wouldn't have. So there's also going to be some more changes to our business, which you'll see in the future. But wow, I am really shocked and I'm glad. Oh, and if you didn't know, Thunder is based out of Texas. So when you order something, it's super fast. Same with the parts. I do like that too. And customer support. The thing everyone's waiting for. What about the cost of the lasers? Laser. Well, let's start out by 6 years ago, I bought that laser. That laser, bare bone, dual source, or I have to say, dual source, so you guys know, this isn't just CO2, it's a dual source, it's fiber and CO2. 70K. Yeah, 70K. So that's what it is in my area. Maybe someone else in a different area was more or less. I don't know. That's what the sales guy sold it to me for. Maybe he just saw a sucker coming. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he didn't. Maybe he did. Either way, I bought it. Now, did it make me the 70K back? Yeah, I definitely made that back. Which I'm trying to show you guys. To start a business, start making your listings. Amazon, Etsy, whatever. Sell.
Sell, sell, sell.
Alright, back to this. Off track here. Back to the cost. That was 70K. And that's without the rotary tools, the cutting beds, like, that's just bare bones, okay? So, and then, you know, tax, all that stuff. But now, the Thunder. The Thunder was 12. That was at the time when I bought it in, what year is it? It's 23. 22. So things changed and they're going up. So I don't know when you're watching this video. But now the Thunder, that one was 12 bare bones. Now, if, let's say, way back when all this, or no, let's just say I started this year. And I'm not doing this YouTube or my business. It's all brand new. What laser would I pick? Well, I'm not going to tell, no, this is nothing against Epilog, but I'm not going to tell everyone to go to get Epilog. That'd be outrageous. Because this is why. If I tell you to go get an $80,000 laser or $70,000 laser, now you get a $70,000 laser, you have one whole year. Now, in that whole year of building your business, are you going to make that money back? Most likely not. You can be a horseshoe, find it somewhere, get it back. But generally, no. People are building the foundation, and to get all that back in 1 year, that's going to be tough. Now, if you got a Thunder, yeah. Yeah, you can get that back in 1 year. You should. If you're not, you're pretty lazy. And I'll tell you to your face. I don't see your face, but you can see my face, and I'm saying you're lazy if you don't make 12,000 back in 1 year. But now the 70,000, that's going to be harder. When we got that laser, the reason why we picked that laser, the dual source, is because we had a metal job that was going to basically pay for that laser. We finished that job, and therefore we have this laser. So we were fortunate enough, but that was a couple years of having the other Epilog, and we grew our business. So if I was to start out today, I would start small. I would go towards the cheaper laser, and because they're going to help you. They're going to walk you through. They're going to hold your hand, and they're going to help you out. And if there's so many groups out there on Facebook that you can also join with both. So if you have issues with any kind of Epilog, there's people out there that'll help you faster than what the support can, and that's great. And same with Thunder. There's a lot of people out there that are so willing to help, and it's so cool. Because when I started, this wasn't a big thing. And when we started, we talked to other people, and they were we met one guy that did guns, and we met another guy that only did trophies. And that was in our area. And now those guys have retired and moved on. There was a shop, what is it called, Sarah? It was in a mall. Things Remembered. And they all closed. So there's nothing around us whatsoever. It's me. Hello.
I think people go to jewelry shops looking for engraving because they engrave on rings and stuff, and that's desperation.
If you didn't hear that, she said she thinks people are going to jewelry shops to ask to have like rings engraved and stuff or other things engraved. So they, if you talk to a jewelry shop, tell them you're engraving. Maybe they can send some stuff towards you or your way. So with all that said, stop sitting on your butt, get up and make something, and don't make this and list it. We can do this for fundraisers and stuff. I still have to glue it. That's all kitty wampus. But if you go and make that, Lego will take you down. We tried listing it a long time ago, a couple years ago, and we had it up for a while, and they flagged us because we used the word Lego. And then they were like, oh, we're going to come out with a design like that, so you should probably take that down. So we had to take it down, which, whatever, that's fine. And they did. They came out with a design that came out pretty similar to this. So it's like, did you study my stuff? Who knows? You'll never know. They're a bigger company, so it's their name. Hey, one of the other things I forgot to say is don't be afraid to write your goals down. We just found another piece of paper, and I have it over there. It's underneath where I normally have the camera stand when I'm yelling at you guys. But we have it. I taped it over there because we finally found the first one, and it's cool for one. It's cool to look back at, but everything we put on there and we didn't even know it, we hit, and we went way over the top. So it's really neat. You remember where you came from. So do that, and it's okay. I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, come up with more listings. Get out there and do something. Stop sitting on your butt. Stop complaining nothing's working. Because if it's not working, it's you. It's a you problem. It's no one else's problem. Get out and do something. As far as the lasers go, get one. That's really what it comes down to. Get one and make something. Glad you guys see me again. Bye.